There's a voice note currently circulating in regards to the Khanice Jackson case. And to me, even more disturbing than the contents of the voice note is the carelessness and the callousness that a lot of vloggers are utilizing this bit of information for. I feel like when you report, you have to get to the source and actually know what you're reporting. I'm not saying that the voice note itself doesn't have any credence or that is not authentic, some of the information that's in it. I'm not at liberty to say that. But I know what's been put out in the public by the authorities, the family, and things of that nature. And I know that there are certain evident inconsistencies that stick out in complete contrast of what has been reported and what are the facts that have been disclosed to us, everybody that's been watching this story very closely. I think it's very irresponsible on the part of a lot of different people who is just putting out this information to garner views, and and it basically puts the victim almost like in a situation where she was responsible for her own death, which happens time and time again. The victim is always ostracized, especially when it comes to sexual assault. So I'm going to play this voice note, and then I'm going to address this voice note and address not only the person that actually put out the voice note, but the vloggers who have relayed this message in a manner as to say, like I said, you're ostracizing the victim. What happened to the victim becomes hindsight when you indulge in this type of reporting.
Information emerging now from the man in police custody where killed a little girl, Candice. It look like the man at the head mechanic of BMW, man. It look like the little girl is there, so she work too. That can me also wonder why they never dare state the name of the company which part she work for how long. And him get all the work there now. You understand? And the man said the handbag would have found the house at $1,500 in spent on the handbag. Cause she know we're not online. I mean local. Everything she have, online it buy. The man said every money him earn, as it got to and the house. And the other suspicion said the man even there with the mother too for a while. From St. Andrew days come and high school days come right up on him and her. You understand? And she even buy the little boyfriend one Apple tablet and Apple phone one day. Almost $100,000. And the man talk about that too. They look like the man just chip, the man just explode. Because him attack about them thing there. Now get no good argument. And that it boil along to. Every money the man earn himself. And that's how it go. And if you notice the man live now like a quad. And if you see the video, that's the man live. So if it's Subaru, now like a quad him live in now. Not improvement up on the quad. Maybe not even if I film one. I'm rent or what. Everything revolves around the little pitney and the mother. The man just snap. Not in agreement with anything, but the man had belt out everything to the police.
First and foremost, are we even talking about the same person, kind sir? When the young lady's name has clearly been dominating every headline in or outside of Jamaica within the Caribbean community. Her name is Khanice Jackson, not Candice. And at the opening of this man's statement, he basically called the wrong name. So I wonder if it's the same person we are talking. Okay. My other issue is that by every police account and everywhere that it has been reported, the man confess being Robert Fowler we attack. Confess. And he clearly stated in his confession, based on what the police have relayed to the media, that Robert Fowler never, he basically said that him and Khanice were never in any type of intimate relationship. So for this man to say that that was the case, I don't really know where I get him information from. When Robert Fowler himself basically stated to the police by the police's account that he was never involved. As a matter of fact, he said he lured Khanice to his residence, basically misleading her by saying that he left a tool at his house, which is how he got her there. I don't know if he bought a bag for her. I don't know if they ever exchanged any money. I know that he basically said, by the police's account and what's being reported in reputable media, that him and Khanice were never in any type of relationship. I can't speak to if him and the mother were intimately involved. I don't know that. I can't report on that. But I know what the facts that have been disclosed thus far are. I'm not really sure if this man is not watching the television or if he's not reading the stories or watching what's going on in the media, but it's public knowledge that Mr. Fowler was not employed by BMW. He was employed by a mechanic shop in Crossroads called DMV Bowler. And he specialized in fixing BMWs, but nowhere was it reported that he was the head mechanic anywhere, let alone at any BMW dealership. So that right there was inaccurate as well. He also stated that the news never disclosed where Khanice was working, when they clearly did. He said she worked as a junior clerk at a company in the Crossroad area. I'm not really sure of what that company was, but it was not the same company that Mr. Fowler was working at. So that also was a lie. As far as her taking any money from Mr. Fowler to buy her boyfriend a gift or whatever the situation is, I go back to the fact that Mr. Fowler disclosed that him and her were not in any type of relationship. So I don't know of any money being exchanged between them. But what I can say is that me know the whole way we are do this, we want the views them and we want the likes them and we want the comment them and we want the notoriety, but at the expense of a deceased person that's not here to defend themselves. I think it's very irresponsible reporting, and I think it's very tasteless on the part of some of these vloggers who are putting it out under the guise that this girl actually contributed to her own death. Brother, social media was put in place for us to use, and we continuously allow social media to use us a lot of times. We have to do better, brethren. And yeah, the man will put out the voice note, and probably not even did know say it go to that extent. And probably have send it go give somebody, and you know how them voice note thing they go. Them send it go give somebody else, and wherever the case may be, and then all of a sudden it get to the hands of a vlogger, and then it becomes a story. But the way you present it to the people, the narrative that you're pushing is the problem here. It encourages a rape culture. It encourages people to hide behind the fact that they've been abused, because you ostracize them and you make the victim become the offender. I don't need to stop them foolishness, brethren. There's some meds there. Rest in peace to Khanice, who is not here to defend herself, and so many others like her, and all of the people them were there behind the scenes who are still getting abused and are afraid to come to the forefront with it because of situations like this rape culture that is being encouraged. Now fix up on a thing, brethren.